Hello, and welcome to our playthrough of Dune Awakening, focusing on single-player content and story content, and now let's head into our episode. Hello, welcome back to our playthrough of Dune Awakening. Again, and I'm going to remind you this at the start of every single recording session, we are playing for story and single-player content. Having said that, the story so far, we were chosen by... I don't know what the term is, but the leader of the Bene Gesserit to find out and sent to Arrakis to find out what happened to the Fremen. The transport we're in was then shot down. We then talked to someone who rescued us, probably also shot us down. Let's be fair. We are aware of that. Our player character is not. And it started the path of us exploring the Fremen. Dropped hints that may have connection to the House Atreides. Maybe a Fremen themselves in hiding. That sort of thing. And essentially we're just building bases. This is a survival game. This is not an MMO. I feel like that needs to be made clear. They did, when they originally pitched the idea, they're like, MMO, hundreds of people per servers, but then they very quickly scaled that back to a few people per servers, because they want to give the Dune feel. And let's face it, the Dune aesthetic is, I am out here in a hostile environment alone. How do I survive? And for the most part, they're nailing that. I think they're doing a great job of giving the Dune universe and telling an interesting story. Last recording session, we crash landed in here. We are now moving towards the north. Meaning, we are into the second area, East Vermilius. We got eaten by a worm. I didn't realize that was map Y. And to be fair, I think because we chose story mode, that may have been scripted. I could be wrong, and I admit that, but it felt scripted. And we are starting on this second tier. I would still say early game. We're now at either... how do I word this? You're merely at the end of the beginning, not the beginning of the end. Does that make sense? So we are probably if I had to guess, right? If we look at research, and we'll just right here, right? Salvage and copper and iron are probably all early tier. Steel and aluminum are mid. Dura aluminum and plastinium are probably end tier, right? So we are into iron. So we are at the end of the early tier, working our way towards mid tier / mid game. I think. Maybe. I did readjust some of the base. I have been busy farming iron. Is there any iron left in here? No, that's okay. And copper. I did take a look at circuits. And the way circuits work is left is input, right is output. Okay? I can get the input to work on these buildings. I cannot get the output to work. So 8. There. We'll set this to 7. Okay, so this is seeing everything. Like, I don't have this stuff on me. It is seeing everything I have in this chest right? Because 7 is the input. It still pumps it out into the storage. So I can only build 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 at a time. So I don't know how this output works. I was hoping like I could set input to 7, output to 8, and just flat down like, all right, this is input 7, output 8 is right here. It builds in here, so pulls from in here, builds in there, throws out here. Does not work that way, or at least I cannot get it to work that way. I don't know if it's supposed to work that way, but I cannot get it to work that way. But I can get it to pull. I have upgraded most of the gear to iron gear, some form or another. I am probably being very weird in that I am doing a split of scout gear for hands, feet, and head, and still suit for body. So what this means is we will take less damage than if we had a pure still suit, but more damage than if we had a pure scout suit. At the same time, we will have less heat protection than if we had a pure still suit, but more heat protection than if we had a pure scout suit. So it's kind of somewhere in between. Maybe at some point we get like, you can have multiple loadouts, in which case I would have one loadout for still suit and farming, for lack of a better term, just stuff, and then another outfit purely for combat. And I think I personally would do scout suits. That's me. As is, can we make... We might not have researched it. So, go to combat. So I can manually toggle on and off to deflect incoming darts and blades at the cost of power from a power pack. However, the slow blade penetrates the shields. Iron ingots, particle capacitors. Oh, I don't think we have particle capacitors, do we? Oh, we do. We've got 37. Never mind, I stand corrected. Alright, let's research. God, this is going to take 10. The shield device. Let's go ahead and build one. What is it under? Power packs. I think it would be under combat. No, it is under combat. Oh, is it steel? Oh, we researched the wrong one. Son of a bitch. That's why. Well, that's gonna... I mean, we'd have to pick up the steel one anyways, but that's gonna cost me. Alright, so... Craft one. And while that builds... I'm turning into nighttime here. I did discover... So the way water capacity works, right, is this blood purifier has a capacity of 1,000, but there is a capacity of 12,000 between both these and these cisterns. Okay? So when this fills up, it just goes directly into the cisterns. We're going to need a lot of water. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, steel is the next time we get an upgrade to holding water. And then a wind trap is collecting water. And then power, so steel looks like is our next major upgrade point. So I may need 3 of these and a large number of cisterns. Ooh, well, we had a sandstorm move in, it looks like. But we will see where things go. As is... There's our shield. H. Oh, when a Hulsman shield is equipped, it needs to be manually activated. The shield will deactivate when firing a ranged weapon. After a short time, it will automatically react. Sorry about that. Oh, after a short time, it will automatically reactivate. It will also reactivate after recharging if the shield is broken. So H is just shield. Oh, that's neat! And it goes right over the life bar. Okay. Does it drain? No. Every time it's triggered, that must be when it drains the energy. Because it's not draining the energy, the lower diamond, as we're using. Okay, so we now have our own shield generator. With that, I am going to... Well, we'll do that on the way out. Pull out the survey probe. I started collecting money again. And the survey probe launcher. We're going to top off our water. So, 1, 2. You know what? I will build a third one. I think it counts as a refinery. Yes. There we go. And we are going to make our way to the top of this and pop a probe. Go. That is north. I mean, we can see it from here. At least we'll try to make our way. Okay. We should make it across. That's the easy part. Oh, do I have... Oh, that was weird. Do I have my... Ah, I do have my vehicle back. Alright, so... Throw this... here... 6... Back it up. Throw that here, throw that here. Alright, we're good to go. And our goal is to get to the top of the anvil, if that is possible. So we're going to be exploring around on foot. I'm glad you don't have to worry about hunger, and we only have to worry about food. So, I have lost the anvil already. Okay, straight ahead, huh? Okay, no ambushes so far. I'm not gonna do a lot of... I'll grab bodies, I'll poke around in chests, I'll drain some blood, because we need a lot of water going forward. Everything takes water to craft. Iron, steel and above. At iron and above, actually, we can do that and not have to worry about the worm. Iron does take water to craft. Alright, so that's a stronghold. There's the hammer. Looks like if I run around this way, we're not in open desert. Looks like we want to head in this direction. No. And Dia's Gate. Ah, maybe on the way back. You can get up here. Yeah, this looks like the way to go. There's another one. Go. That gets us up here. Iron. Like an abandoned facility of some sort. So it looks like this might be owned. Like, I assume these banners are like... Oh, well, hold on. Here. Oh. Go. I will grab those. And like I said, we always need water. So... give me your blood. I'm not gonna grab the metal. Alright. Some stone. And final waters. Looks like we go across the bridge. Hey, we're crossing a bridge, yo. Alright. Ironstone. There's the moon. Good night, moon. Maybe this way? There we go. We're gonna get a little off. Little off the beaten path. I'm okay with that. One. Okay, value. We have the stamina, so I'm not worried. Okay, that gets us up here. Okay. So the... I mean... there's something... here-ish. Like, that is clearly... very clearly something. I don't know if that's... player-made, or they slapped it down. I'm guessing they slapped it down. I might have to do a once around here. Hold on. You? Nope. Nope. There we go. How high can I get doing this? 2, 1. Push forward. And we're getting up there. Now, that gets us to here. I think from here... whoa. Oh, okay. Hold on. Think because of the angle. Alright, let's see if we can find a better angle over here. I don't mind... oh, hello. What are you? Down. Ha! Oop, oop. There we go. Well, this is definitely something, then. Go. Oh, yeah, this is something. And we can use it to get across as well. Oh, this is something. Okay, not there. Is this Fremen made? Looks Fremen made. Okay. That goes there. Right. That goes up. And up again. Woo. Yeah, we're going the right way. I don't think it's going to lead to the second trial, but I think it... This wasn't me. But I mean... Interesting. That we can't take all of their blood. We're taking it in 500 chunks, not 2,000 chunks. Alright. This might actually be Trial 2, unwittingly.
The Sayadina and I made the long climb to hang a new prayer flag today. What a marvel that even in her advanced years, the Reverend Dejana can still scramble up the rocks like a spider. The only pity is, the prayer flag was of our own making. It seems an age since any Siege community has gifted us with a woven symbol of devotion. There are so few pilgrims these days. But we here stayed true to our history and our faith, though the off-worlders daily encroach upon us with their mines and their harvesters, though a growing rabble of Kirab grows even bolder around our borders. We will remain faithful until the day we proudly answer the 7 mystic questions and pass into paradise with joy in our hearts.
Okay. So I think we accidentally found the second trial. Does this go to the top? That's actually really good design, right? They showed us the hammer, right? And they taught us, go to the tallest spot in any area and shoot off a probe to uncover the map. So they showed... Oh, nope, goes up higher. Right? They're like, well, here's a really tall spot. And I was like, well, let's just go to the top of that. Instantly. It's really good design. And we just lost music. Why? Do. Ah, keeps going up. Ooh. There we go. Ooh, an ornithopter. Okay. Some iron. But yeah, it was like, that's really good, and I applaud them for that. They're like, oh wow, check out that sandstorm. Alright, 6. Straight up. Survey failed? because I moved. Okay, so I'm gonna take some heat damage. There we go. Be aware of quicksand and drum sand. Hazards on the open sand. Quicksand can be fatal, and drum sand will attract the worm. Keep an eye out when crossing the open sand, and use the map and scanners to avoid being caught unaware. Let's get out of it. We'll get into some shade here. There we go. Look at that sandstorm. So you can actually... I wonder if you can fly above sandstorms. We can clearly see the top. Oh, but maybe not. That must be controlled airspace. And some copper. Instantly. Does this provide shade, out of curiosity? Yes. Also, what is that? Old Sparky Mark II. Spice-infused iron dust is a thing. Okay, we're going to try not to die with that. Let's... head back down. But yeah, again, I cannot get over that. Alright, so we did the east, so I need to do it again separately for the west. Okay, alright, there's the anvil, the trading post. We're gonna have to check that out. There's an area we didn't uncover. Aga Rift. Ironworks. The wreck of Astion. An Imperial testing station. Which means... well, let's check, right? If I go to the interactive map and disable hide all, and activate the Western Gap. Alright. So yes. So in the Western Gap, about literally here, that's where the second planetologist is gathered. I don't think there's anything else I want. This is specifically voice cooldown. I like the battle-hardened technique of we don't have to worry about like 20% on all skills. I might grab grenades. I feel like, personally, going a combination of Bene Gesserit and Mentat, or Bene Gesserit and Trooper for combat might fit my place. I feel like going one Bene Gesserit ability with one ability of any other combat class feels very, at least versus the AI, feels very powerful. Combat wise. I am going to try to use up these first. I missed that crate the entire first way through. Hello, what are you? Oh, now that's interesting. So now we have our own Dew Reaper Mark II. clouds at dawn to harvest water and lead our take power when used. Okay, we might. How is? I'm afraid of leaving the bike out. We are in a PvE area. Actually, we want to go further down, don't we? Oh! Alright, this, and this will pass on the salvage. Wrong button. Alright, the cutter array there should be fine. That's fine. I'll go ahead and chew through a couple of bandages. We will throw in the iron ore. Oh, I can't. Okay, iron ore is heavy. I can make my own sandbite skins. How heavy is this? That's 1.5. Well, you know what? Let's just drop and drop. What is going on? Oh no, I did want to go across, didn't I? Uh-oh. There we go. Mistimed that horribly. There we go. And we're going this way. Yes. Because this, I'm pretty sure, is the second trial. We are running low on water, so we'll go ahead and drink some. Return later. Oh, is this not the second trial? Okay. Interesting. So not the second trial. Alright. I don't know quests. I'm gonna look it up. Location of second trial Dune Awakening. Just so I have an idea. Okay. Wait. Map. Ah, okay. This person built their base over here. Okay. So, oh, shit. Oh, I found the deep struggle is the second trial. So this might be the third trial. Okay. We're gonna hit up the anvil first, I think. And go from there. Okay. So we put our base near the second trial. Okay. Oh, this might even be the fourth trial. I don't know. Hold on. We came from there. What's this way, then? Oh, wait. That's the way to the top. So we accidentally found this... a later trial, is what I will say. I assume I can't tap them again? No. Okay. These are probably on a 24-hour cooldown. Sort of thing. Alright. So we are headed towards that. Straight ahead, technically. No, picture. This is triggered. I know, we're in the sun. We found a quicker way up? Okay. Right. I see the path we were meant to take. Right. This should be... Oh, wow. Alright, so it doesn't slow it completely. Pop another one. We're okay with water. Alright, back to... We're gonna switch that out. Someone popped the worm. Okay. We're still pretty damn high up. Hold on. Nope. Off, please. Oh. Okay, stop. Gotta do this carefully so we don't fall to our death here. Whoa. There we go. Then left. Left, I think, is our way down. We should have enough energy. Go! Looks like we found...
Shields up!
Ah, bollocks. Wrong buttons. Alright, hold on.
Shoot! Dead!
No, I don't think so. Yep. Take your stuff. Take your blood. Not sure how that works, but okay. Here, cash this and this. No. All right. It's not like we're overloaded, so I'll keep it. Switch to this. Again, we're headed to the east. So I was closer to the second trial than I thought. And? Yes. That building right there ahead of us is the trade post. So we're going to sidetrack, I think. Go. Alright. Might be combat. Take all of that. And your blood, please. Then, we'll actually just go straight down. Yeah, people love... Alright, fair enough. There's a lot of people in this area. Which is fine. Okay, we're headed in that direction. 6. I'm gonna end up wrapping up the vehicle. Okay, so it shut. That's why I was clear about. Hop on the vehicle, shuts off your shields. Greatly appreciated. We are gonna have to watch out for the drum sand. So we're gonna do a leisurely around this. worried about the worm. Ah, shit, we're on drum sand. I was trying to avoid that. Okay. Oh no, he's coming. Yeah, there he is. But we should be close enough. To trigger this to get to safety. Okay. So we'll hop off our bike. Use our tool. There we go. Use some healing. I've got enough to buy some water. Take a little sip. There we go. The anvil. Oh, so that's what a buggy looks like. What bikes look like. Okay. I kind of do need to see the chat. Sorry about that. Okay. We're not doing too bad. At least I feel that way. They're looking out for something. I can't talk to anyone, right? We're here. Oh!
No, not lost, sir. She's dead.
Oh, tragic. Truly tragic. But they say the desert kills the weak.
My God, man, she was one of yours. Cousin, even.
I am in deep mourning, sir. Rumors of disloyalty buzzed around her like blowflies, but now, who's to say? Certainly not her.
My one pleasure in this hell is knowing that you're trapped here with me.
A momentary setback, I assure you.
Even your Harkonnen masters find you insufferable, Maxim. You're down here forever.
Tell me, dear Anton, what's it like being the handkerchief your superiors use to wipe the gore of shining Atreides' honor?
Let's settle this.
Gladly.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
Interesting. So we saw House Atreides and Harkonnen. By the way, House Atreides, good guys, Harkonnen, bad guys. No ambiguity there. Alright, so, yeah. Who are you?
Someone new. Are you, by chance, looking for banter or legal advice?
Tell me about yourself.
You may call me Amadi Ikeni. I serve the interests of House Seda on Arrakis. I, myself, am from the minor house of Ikeni.
Okay, tell me more about House Ikeni.
We are at Seda House Minor, and a very specialized one at that. House Ikeni acts as the sole legal representatives of the Tsaden royal family.
Huh.
We specialize in imperial law as it pertains to the governing of houses and the conduct of nobility. We defend the Tsaden name.
Sounds like a very focused existence.
In a chaotic universe of so many winding pathways, focus is truly a blessing. Is there anything else you'd like to know about me?
Why set up shop in the Anvil?
The Anvil is a unique melting pot where enemies gather together. Certain inquiries I'm looking into on behalf of my house keep me here. And what a fine place to offer legal advice, where even the most aggrieved parties not only share the same room, but must remain civil. In particular, There are a pair of Atreides and Harkonnen officers who daily argue with each other over the finer points of Canley law.
Alright, tell me more about House Seda.
Many see Seda as the least conventional of the great houses. Some call us enigmatic. We were the staunchest supporters of the Butlerian Jihad. The unenlightened say we arose from a fanatical theocratic regime. But these are the words of the feckless when they see true commitment.
Big words.
In truth, we rose in power too quickly, occasioning the other houses to form weedy gardens of envy in their minds and hearts.
So if you're not aware, and you might not be, I can't assume everyone watching this follows Dune. The Butlerian Jihad was, I think at this point, thousands of years ago. There was an AI rebellion. Humanity barely managed to survive, which, after the end of the, AI rebellion, but at the end of that war, the Butlerian Jihad was eliminate all AI. Everything is human now. So, humans and the genetics have pushed the human mind to the point where it's a specialized lineage can do the work of computers in their head. Calculations, planning, that sort of thing. So they're become genetic human computers. And that's where, that's where you get genetic powers and that sort of thing. And the Butlerian Jihad was like, death to anything AI related. Not machines, AI. Keep that in mind. Machines are okay, but it cannot have intelligence. Humans, because there's no aliens in the duel. Humans must always be superior. Alright, now what was the consequence of this supposed envy?
Several houses formed an anti-Tsaden league, disseminating malicious propaganda which haunts our image to this very day. But we march on. House Seda is the forerunner in legal consultation in the Empire, from lands rad ordeals to spacing regulations. Our unparalleled mastery of law is sought out for criminal proceedings, Canley disputes, and Butlerian infractions.
Interesting. Oh, can we... I am curious. How close was I? Oh no, here we go. The known universe. Here we go. Yeah. The Butlerian Jihad. Jihad? Woo! Texans showing. Jihad. Said that they would last longer than was slain men to count passing dawn. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Yeah, thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of a human mind. No AI. And even, machines are allowed to go to a point, like computers, don't really work. They use living humans who have trained their mind to the point where they can act as computers. I could have called it so that thinking machines could grasp the fundamental demise for the rebellion of their makers with a jihad. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so that's Atreides. That's her... Oh, hold on. That's Atreides, that's Harkonnen. Ah! You must be the traitor.
Another innocent traveler, like every other scoundrel here. Got my eye on you, stranger. Don't test me.
You always this charming?
Friendly banter ain't worth the spit it costs in the gap. Get tough or get dead. Sooner you learn that, the later you'll croak.
Well, I was hoping you could introduce yourself.
And I was hoping to retire 10 years ago. Name's Tig. I run this LO. Any other burning questions?
What is your story?
Used to run spies for the Arks. Got tired of them. Got tired of taking orders. Sandflies wanted me, but I can't stomach their muling politics.
I guess that's what they call the Atreides? With sandflies, what are they?
Who? Not what. Lazy bastards, a lot of them. Holed up in the shield wall. Want a wage without doing the work. Give the rest of us Duners a bad name.
Yeah, so people who live on Dune but don't actually want to go out into the desert. Right? So this is your trade post.
You think an old-timer like me can't tap a keg? I do just fine.
Alright. You just don't, your clientele is certainly colorful.
That's a mighty pretty way to say criminals. In here, they're meek as mice. I got the only spy spear in the gap, so behooves them to behave.
Or you kick them out?
Sure. Some of them get to leave.
Ah, I want to know more about this place.
Of course you do. I call it the Anvil, because of the hammer. Only joke I ever made. If it's perishable, I don't stock it. That's all there is to tell.
Alright, you don't seem the entrepreneurial type.
Don't give a spit about accumulating Solaris. Just want my own place. To be left alone. Yet you desert fleas keep occasioning me to scratch.
Alright, I get the picture.
Yet, you got more questions.
What's keeping you from retiring?
It was always nice and quiet around here. Back when the Fremen were at Mirzabah. Nobody dared come near. But then the Sardaukar ruined everything.
What happened?
The pogrom. They gutted the Fremen like animals. After that, the bandits all came crawling out of their holes. Now look at this place. It's packed.
What does that have to do with retiring?
Can't well leave these cutthroats to starve, can I? They're regulars. Besides, who'd be fool enough to take over this den of thieves from me?
Almost sounds like you enjoy having people around.
Spread slander like that and you best make peace with your tongue.
Alright, I'd like to talk about something
Guess that
else.
feels illegal.
Can you tell me about this
The
region?
Vermilius Gap? I ain't no mentat, but this desert and I are on intimate terms.
Okay. The red sand, why is it like that?
Oh, that's because of the iron. Used to be a big industry here for it. You can still see some of the old rigs. Long, long ago, before the spice craze.
What dangers should I watch out for?
Used to be the Fremen owned this patch of sand, till the Emperor had them all killed. That's when the blasted Kirabs slinked in.
Do you think the Fremen really are dead?
Most of them, sure. They'd rather die young, knife in hand. Older I get, the more sense I see in that. All of them, though? No. They're a tenacious lot.
Who are the Kirab?
Scavengers turned bandits. Got to figure in slitting throats was the more reliable work. They rove in small nomadic bands.
I mean, they sound like a menace. Why not get rid of them?
Oh, they're not bastards, but they're paying customers. We have a deal. They operate in the area, but cause no trouble here. Don't want to talk about it.
Oh, then why are we asking? But why make a deal with people you loathe so
Best
much?
quiet that question, lest you like a sucking chest wound.
Anyone else I should know about?
There's them two staring daggers at each other yonder. Spycraft recruiters for the Atreides in Harkonnen. Passive aggression makes me nethers itch.
Okay, thank you for the warning.
I appreciate the sycophancy.
Any places worth visiting?
You take me for a tour guide. See that big rock shaped like a hammer? That's Mirzabah. Great view. Start there. See what you can figure out.
How about
Guess that's
something
not
else?
illegal.
Here to trade. So, Night Rider Sand. Unique booster comes with extra large air intake. Okay, that's interesting. Scipio's blood bag. Scipio was a Karav warlord who took over the wreck of the Polis when it fell during the War of Assassins. At the time, Scipio became known for his beautiful torture. Whoa, that's unpacking. Brutal torture of those who trespassed on his territory. He would extract most of the blood from their bodies, then abandon them near the leaking radiation core by the engines of the palace. The unique blood bag is able to tolerate large amounts of reuse, a reminder of its twisted legacy. Interesting. So it has an unusual amount of, what's the word I want? Endurance. A large amount of endurance. Avoid Reaper. Other Reaper's particular design was modified by Thurfer Howitt to ease the lives of the Atreides peons. This unique Dew Reaper siphons a portion of the Holtzman field that powers the collection of dew to lighten the Dew Reaper itself, allowing an easier swing, lighter load, and more efficiency in the long run. Okay. Then bike parts, which we can make. Furniture set. Sappho juice. Okay, which specifically reduces the time it takes to activate. Light darts. Scrap metal knife. Blank sync chart. Oh, okay. Okay. Blood extractor Mark II. We can make most of this. Cup of water. 1. Entrepreneurial shoes. So anything you can't... Oh, well, off-world... Okay. Interesting. Complex machinery. Yeah, so things we might need. Okay. Good to know. Oh.
Still alive.
I want 2
Not so
more.
bad. We had a bet going.
There it is. Couple more. 5. 2. Confirm. There we go. That's better. We'll take a look at the board. Open contract. Stealing from thieves. I thought I had finally acquired everything I need to stake my own land claim, something I've been working toward for years. Before I could even get 4 walls and a roof in place, thieving band of Parab looted the shield projection unit from my subfleet console. The unit is a vital component, and I can't afford to replace it. Parab holding the Shai'Halud, the annual thieves market at Mirzabah. No doubt the bandits will probably sell my shield projector there. I need someone to go to Mirzabah and come for profit. Sure. One of the worst consequences of this wretched war are the bands of vicious deserters who prey upon hard-working peons is how I would spell it, but peons. One such gang recently seized an old testing station inhabited by industrious local folk. These poor wretches need help to recover their home. The deserters are led by a woman named Ina Hiller. Eliminating her would send the rest of her thugs into confusion and disorder. You need not fear any repercussions for this act, as both sides would be happy to see her dead. That contract. Extremely dangerous era. Death or enslavement likely. Pursue task at your own risk. Take. Okay. Our sister Semu has gone missing. When last we spoke, she was at the Anvil trade post, where she stated her intention of running mineral surveys near the hand of Kidder. Has been several days now, and all attempts to reach her via CommuniNet have failed. To add to our apprehension, we have since learned that slave trains have been reported in the area. While our family is but humble prospectors, we are not without means. We love our sister very much and are offering a substantial reward for anyone who can help us find her. Travel to the hand of Kidder, accept contract. Okay. Again, da-da-da-da-da. Do you know what it is to be enslaved, to have your dignity stripped away, to have your every action subject to another whims? I escaped that fate, but the memory haunts me still. Each night, a terrible beast prowls my dreams. A monster with the leering face of a slaver. I want to help others escape my fate, and maybe in doing so free myself from its nightmares. When you battle the beast, it is wise to strike first at its eyes. Take out the observers who scan the region for victims from high vantage points and Jabal Ifrit. Contracts. So we got a ton of contracts.
You look a little lost, friend. You got somewhere you need to be. I can fly you there. For a
Okay.
price.
I want to fly somewhere.
Music to my ears. Where do you want to go?
Okay, so we can go to Haga Basin, Hurricane, Harko Village, Nevermont. We don't have a lot of money.
Can I fly you somewhere today?
Tell me about
I like
yourself.
to fly. Fast. Storms, worms, or static, nothing stops me from getting where I need to go. But you know what I don't like much? Talking.
Okay. So, a wider world. We can trigger this. Reach a settlement. Banking Solaris. Harko Village. Taxation. Harko Village. I don't want to go to 6,500. Jesus. So I need, that is not cheap. Alright, so I need a lot of money. Did that. Deposit. Okay. Okay. So having done all of that, The question is, do we talk to the Harkonnen and Atreides now? Now, if we go to character, yeah, Harkonnen, Atreides. You can, what's the word I want? You can betray once. So we could join the Harkonnen, right? Go all in with them, and then betray them and join the Atreides. But you can only do that once. My concern is if they ever add a Fremen faction. Right? If I betray the Harkonnen to join the Atreides, do I then need to, if they add a Fremen faction, do I need to use my one free betray to betray the Atreides to join the Fremen, at which point I've already used it to go from here to here. Having said that, I don't mind doing things again, but I don't know how much story there is in a given faction. So I think what I will try to do is try to play both sides off each other for as long as possible. Okay? And then, when I'm forced to choose, then I will make my decision. Because they said you can do that to a point. Yeah, so let's talk to Harkonnen first.
Well, you look more capable than the average scum. This war of assassins has a way of making people into victims or victors.
Actually, what I think I'll do, yeah, join a house. So journey introduced. That's what I was waiting for. There you go. So the War of Assassins has turned into a protracted nightmare on Arrakis, with resources and troops dwindling. House Atreides and the House Harkonnen seek allies and agents of the enemy trade posts. The Great House can be powerful friends and worse enemies. Who do I dare back? Talk to recruiter and will trade post unknown. So yeah, we're gonna hold off on that, and instead I'm gonna make my way back to camp. Yeah, if I just go straight south, we should be fine. There's a nice little path here, and then head west. Yeah.
Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.